How to stop suffering for good. Welcome to my new video. Let's dive into this topic today. Why do we suffer? Why do we have those moments when we feel so much emotional or physical pain and we dwell in it and we just feel sorry for ourselves, or we feel regret or guilt, and we keep on playing this movie in our head or play some sad music and we just cry and we just dwell into this pain and suffering? Why do we do that? To fully heal suffering for good, we need to change the way we deal with our emotions, especially with pain. There is two groups of people. One group of people does this, what I just mentioned, dwelling when they're alone, when they're in their bed, when they're hiding or talking to a friend, just keep on dwelling into the pain of the experience. Other group of people just keep it inside, suck it in, let the time do the work, and they just avoid the past and keep going forward. But when they remember it, they still have pain connected to it, so that's why they immediately run away from it, whether through alcohol, any kind of substance, or just overworking and constantly doing stuff. So why this happens? Why do we even come to suffering? Where is this coming from? Suffering is created because we have not been taught how to deal with our emotions, how to release our emotions, and how to fully heal. What happened when we were young, most of us have been programmed to believe that emotions are weakness, that crying is shame, that crying makes us weak, that if we express our emotions, we will be rejected, punished. And some of us have been. Many times when we try to cry as children, we've been told, stop it, don't cry, you're a big boy, big girl, it's shame to cry, you shouldn't do that, and so on. So we start believing that expressing our emotions and being free and authentic and cry it out when we feel pain or scream it out when we feel anger, that this is something bad. And the society programs us like this. If we would see someone on the street, an adult, crying and screaming and shaking their body, we all gonna think they're crazy. But if we see a young child of 2, 3 years old doing the same, we're gonna say, oh, it's a child, it's okay. What is the difference? The difference is just programming and expectations. But actually, to fully release suffering and pain, we actually need to do the same like children do. And that is express our emotions and go through them. But suffering is created because for so long, for decades, we haven't been able to do that. So we have so many emotions stored in our body, in our energy field, that we feel this heaviness, depression, anxiety, constant tiredness, pain, physical pain, illness, emotional pain, suffering. And then when our body cannot handle anymore, it just pushes us to cry on a romantic movie, to cry and dwell in certain memories or sad songs, and it just needs to release part of it. But it's not real healing, because every day we suppress our emotions and it just keep on piling up. And then when we get sick or we have physical pain, we wonder why. Oh my God, it's the environment, it's the food, it's the exercise routine, it's the relationship, it's the work, it's my routine. But actually, it's not outside of you. It is you, how you deal with your emotions. And this is not to feel guilt or blame. We were just not taught how to do that. So what we need to do to end suffering and pain for good is reprogramming ourselves first into feeling safe and accepted and feeling like it's okay to feel what you feel. It's okay to connect back to your emotions. Some of us as children had many traumatic experiences and our emotions were not welcomed. We felt like baggage, we felt like obligation. And that's why we stopped expressing, we stopped talking, and we fully shut down ourselves. We disconnected from our body, we disconnected from our gifts, and we just stopped expressing. And because of this, we start believing that connecting to ourselves is unsafe. So what we need to do now is reprogram all of that. Remember that it is okay and safe to be who you are, to express your emotions, to feel what you need to feel your emotion, and that's okay and that is safe. And then from there, when you start feeling safe with your own body and your own emotions, then from there you can slowly start releasing the stored baggage from decades. And how we do that? The difference between suffering and healing is that we're not gonna go and dwell in what happened and just cry about it and feel as a victim. What we're gonna do is we're gonna resurface those emotions and those memories and not go into them as something bad or something that we regret or something that we long for. We're going to go into that memories and understand, why did it happen in the first place? What was the lesson of the soul? Why did we choose that experience? We recreate the timeline. We give to that part of ourselves what was lacking in that moment. We reconnect with that part of ourselves. We take our fragments of the soul that we have lost in those timelines, we bring them all back home. And when we do that and release the emotion on the way as well, then we have a full-on healing and release of the suffering for good about that certain situation. And because we have been suppressing and avoiding to feel for so long, there is a lot to be released. So just going layer by layer, step by step, slowly, it will help you release the suffering for good. It cannot happen all at once because you have been suppressing for so long, but it can happen over the time as you become more and more safe and more aware of where healing needs to happen. If you want to know what true healing is, I'm going to link a video here. You can watch that. To fully release suffering and pain, the only way out is in. So the only way out is through. If we keep on focusing on outside, on the partner, on the job, on our workout routine, on food, on pollution, and blaming that for how we feel, we will keep on giving our power away. And instead of that, you can come back to yourself, take your power back, remember that you're the creator of your life, that you can shift anything, that you can heal anything, and that you can remember and come back to who you truly are. Under all of those suppressed emotions, programming, conditioning, traumas, you will remember who you truly are. That's the point of releasing the suffering and pain, is that you finally can reconnect and see who you truly are. You don't have to learn who you are. You don't have to work on it. You don't have to build a new mindset. You don't have to build an identity, because you are already unique source expression on this planet in the 3D timeline. And for you to fully connect to that specific, authentic soul frequency, you need to release all the baggage that you have chosen to carry, to dismantle it, to reprogram it, to break the cycles, and to fully come back to the truth of who you are, and that is innocence, purity, and love. If you loved this video, like, share, and subscribe. See you again.